Hello, amazing people. Welcome to another amazing episode of The Ones Before Us, a storytelling series where we talk about women in the Bible, the lesson we learn from them and apply in our lives today. Today, we want to talk about a woman that became too comfortable and paid dearly for it. Let's talk about her for a second. So, Esther chapter 1 began with the story of King Ahasuerus, describing how vast his kingdom was, and he threw an elaborate party to celebrate the kingdom he had acquired. The party lasted for days and weeks and months. That's how much power this man wielded at the time. So after the whole elaborate party, he had a 7-day party for his princes, the princes of Shushan. And in the 7th day, he was so happy, he was in high spirits, and he invited his queen to come show off. And my lady said no, she's coming nowhere. And it was shocking. Why would you refuse a king's order? Now remember, in those days, the kings were regarded as gods. In fact, the words of a king then are like words of gods. So refusing the king is like refusing the word of a god. And that was how critical the situation was. So what did the king do? He consulted with his princes, he consulted with the wise men of the land, and they said, no, we can't let this happen. If we let it happen, it means we are allowing the women of this city, of this town, of this community, of this nation to disobey their husbands. Because think about it, this was the queen at the time. So if we allow the queen to disobey you in the presence of everyone we invited, who are we? Our wives will walk over us, and that made absolute sense. As you gain influence, your actions and inactions become people's law. You become a role model to people without even announcing you want to be one. And that was what these princes were trying to correct. If we allow Vashti go on like this without any repercussion to this action, then we've just opened the door to something we can't manage in our homes. And it made sense to the king. And of course, the king made a law. This woman had to go. We'll find another princess, we'll find another queen, but this one, she had to go. So I think Vashti got too comfortable. I think she got too comfortable. And this is a question to us today. Are you getting too comfortable? As a married woman, are you getting too comfortable with your husband? I know you've been with this guy for so many years. You guys are best of friends, but he's still the head of the home. Are you getting too comfortable that even when he says something as the man of the house, as the head of the home, you treat it with so much levity, you are so carefree with him, his words mean nothing to you anymore. After all, you know him. After all, you're probably older than him, richer than him. But as long as God is concerned, he is still the leader of that home. Are you getting too comfortable with the men that God has placed as authority over you? This is something to really, really think about. And these things happen in such a subtle manner. Today you don't care. It's not a big deal. He told you to do something, you said no, and nothing happened. And you become so comfortable, you become lousy, and the next thing is becoming a big deal. So check it, watch it, make sure you're not getting too comfortable. Make sure you're not getting too comfortable, especially in the home as women. As married women, make sure you're still respecting the institution of marriage, the leadership that God has placed in that institution, and even in your places of primary assignment. Of course, we are trusting that God is going to keep trusting us with responsibilities, but that should not make us become lousy. Don't let your lack of excellence show in public space. Make sure whether people are watching or not watching, you are still maintaining excellence. That even when people are not watching, you are still portraying the life and the character of Jesus. That is something to think about. Don't become too comfortable like Vashti did, because it never ends well. So if you want to know about this story in details, check it out in Esther chapter 1. This is what we call it a day today. My name is Ezer and this has been the Ones Before Us, a storytelling series where we talk about women in the Bible, the lessons from their lives that we can apply to us today. I will see you in the next episode with another story of a woman in the Bible and of course another lesson we can learn from her. Join us next week by 4 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.